Thank you, members. Mr. President. Mr. President, members, once again, I stand in opposition of this fiscally irresponsible voucher plan that amounts to a direct transfer of state dollars to academically unaccountable private schools and businesses. I refuse to vote for a plan that would take $500 million of general revenue fund that could be used to benefit 5 million children and use it to benefit only 62,000 children in the state of Texas. This fiscally unsound voucher plan relies on appropriations of general revenue fund and lacks sustainability sources of dollars. The same amount of money could be used to put extra teachers at almost every public school in Texas. Instead, we're going to pass legislation that doesn't dedicate these vouchers just to poorer students, but will subsidize the cost of private schools to affluent families and even to cover the cost of affluent child's tutoring and test preparation. This legislation also assumes that every child that receives an ESA will be accepted to a private school. Private and religious schools are under no requirement or obligation to accept the children. If a child has a disability or is making below average grades, the school can simply just say no. Even if a child is accepted, there is no guarantee that schools would help a family make up the difference in tuition. This ESA provides $8,000. Believe me, I know. All three of my children have gone to private schools. Private schools in Houston can cost nearly $30,000, as some of us know. This legislation claims to be aimed toward lower income families, but leaves us simply the hope that they can make up the difference. This legislation, unfortunately, members, it sells a dream without considering the consequences. A two-tier education system, separate and unequal. The public schools that 5 million children rely on are funded based on attendance. If only 1% of the HISD schools in the Betancourt students were to receive ESA and leave the district, HISD would lose $15 million in average daily attendance funds. This is money that could be used to enhance the education for every other child in the district. I wish I could get all of you to understand that our neighborhood schools in our communities are the backbone of the community. We need to lift up our public schools and not undercut them. If this body believes that there is a problem, then let's use this money to directly address the problem, not to provide an escape hatch for a very few or subsidize the wealthy. If we start going down this path of using public resources to fund private schools, it will be the first step in the death of our public school education in our great state as we know it. The passing of Senate Bill 1 is a slippery slope. Beware, my colleagues. Beware. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator.